How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Martin with Delaware Auto Spa. Got another torture test video up here. This was actually at the request of the owner of the Final Details, Steve. Steve wanted me to torture test his product, and I decided to put it up against another product. Not really put it up, but I'm just kind of testing them both at the same time from another company that also is a smaller. Not as small as Final Details, but a smaller company that I wanted to test their ceramic product out. Apex Auto Care. Again, Apex Auto Care is not Apex Detail. It's not Brian. It's actually Apex Auto Care is owned by Zanil. He's based out of Houston. I'm in Texas as well, so I like supporting Texas-owned businesses. Steve is up in, I think it's Michigan. It's either Michigan or Illinois. I believe it's Michigan is where he is. I'm sure he'll chime in and correct me if I'm wrong. But Steve is running a smaller operation at the moment, while Zanil has a bigger thing going, website and all that. Steve's got a website as well. As you can see, Final Details, a veteran-owned company, veteran-owned products. I have tried out their detail spray. It is very slick feeling. Their soap was pretty good as well. I wanted to throw that on here. So something to mention, he did decide to go with black labels instead of white labels. I did like, though, these white labels had the satin finish. I did suggest maybe, for the black labels, give them that satin finish. I think it makes it stand out. So, if you got any feedback for Steve, definitely let him know. But we're going to torture test them against the gauntlet of chemicals you see behind him. I'll tell you what chemical I'm throwing on there as I apply it. Yeah, so the Final Details, I applied the black labeled one instead of the white labeled one since this is newer. Here is the product here. Veteran owned. Steve is a veteran, I believe, with the Navy veteran. Yeah, shake well before use to use the helping, blah, 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 blah. I mean, just the basic general ceramic detail spray use. Wipe on, wipe off, don't use in direct sunlight, yada, yada. Apex Auto Care ceramic spray coating. I saw their video of it in action. It looked pretty good, but we'll see how it holds up to chemicals. And this is, similar application. Now, I will say, there is a difference between the ceramic spray coating and the ceramic quick detailer. Now, I believe Steve is testing some ceramic sealants to launch. He just hasn't put one out for sale yet. However, Apex doesn't have a ceramic detailer. But again, I'm not comparing these products together. This is my first experience seeing how they do in a test environment. I just decided to knock them both out at once, feature them both at the same time. I'll put their websites in the description below. I believe we have a group discount, CDD20 for Apex. Steve usually runs, again, Steve's a smaller operation. He's not going to have the same discount amounts, but he's always running promos, so definitely check him out. He did give me this nice towel, and he's got microfiber towels. He's given me a drying towel and all manner of towels before, and now he's got these towels with his logo and everything on it. He got the Mustangs. He's a Mustang guy. But we're going to get over to the table, or not to the table, but the test panel, and we're going to test these out, and we're going to see how they perform. So let's get over to it. All right, so some quick metrics to touch on before we get started on the test is how do they make the paint look? Now, I did polish this paint with a cutting compound to leave some haze in it. Honestly, both products are about even as far as how they look. They both definitely deepen the look of darker paint to make it look richer. I don't know if you can see on camera, but there is right here, there's an outline you can see. This is where the tape line was between the products. That's that. Let me get this light on now. Not that color, not that one. There we go. Try not to get it to glare too badly. Now let me grab a microfiber towel. We're going to see how slick these feel under the towel compared to bare paint. Go ahead and use Steve's towel for this. It's a nice little suede towel. The bare paint, it feels a little grabby. Apex, nice and slick. Slickness-wise, they're both about the same. They're definitely nice and slick, so either one is going to be a good choice. Definitely slicker than bare paint. So that's that done. Now, we're going to see the water behavior. See how they bead the water up. Then we'll get into the torture test. Oops. All right, so we got the final details. Ceramic detailer on the left, Apex Auto Care's ceramic spray sealant on the right. So final details, definitely this is a pretty hydrophobic product. Apex is it's moderately well. It's not the best I've ever seen, but it's more of a sheeter, I guess you could say. So it seems like the protection is not as strong as the final details. But let's get into the test and we'll see. First, let me mist it, because this is what you're going to see when it rains. This is how the water is going to be landing on there and falling off, right? This gives you a pretty good visual of how the water will look. So you see it still beads on apexes. It's not as nicely. It starts to bunch up where final details repels it a lot faster. So let's get started. So we got in the wash bucket, and I forgot to grab the wash mitt. In the wash bucket, we've got 3D Super Soap. This we're going to be using as our slate cleaner, as I like to call it. So we'll start with just the wash. See how they handle a car shampoo. Should be able to handle it just fine, right? Well, that's not the greatest look for Apex. The car shampoo seems definitely already take a hit on it. Final details still doing all right though, but I guess Apex seems to be more of a sheeter. Maybe that's just how it's supposed to work. Let's start with the chemicals. First, we're going to be using iron remover. For that, we're going to be using 3D Glow's iron remover. I like this because it doesn't stink. Like, of all iron removers that use that same stinky chemical, this one has the least odor. Like, there's still a very slight odor, but like I'm spraying this indoors and yeah, I smell it a little bit, but it is not as bad as most products are. Nowhere near as bad, so that's a good thing, right? Go ahead and work it in. And this is a pH balanced product with a pH level of about 6.5, close to 7. The final details sheds it off like it's nothing. I'm gonna wash it just to make sure there's no chemical residue. All right, Apex is still it's slowly sheeting. It's not doing too great, I'm being honest. I'm pretty not impressed with Apex. Final Details is still going good though, so I guess we're just testing to see how durable Final Details product is. Next, we're going to use Chemical Guys Nonsense All-Purpose Cleaner at a 5:1 dilution. This is a pH balance all-purpose cleaner / degreaser. Yeah, I know these tests are not they don't simulate real world conditions. That's why it's called a torture test. So don't be that person that's like, oh, it's not realistic. I know it's not. It's not supposed to be realistic. If I killed protection within 20 minutes of applying it, then yeah, I'd be pretty unhappy. But I'm just doing this as serve as a baseline, so you get a good idea of how strong the protection in the product is. And I forgot to mention, these have been sitting here curing all week since Sunday. Today that I'm recording this, it is Friday, so they've had 5 days to cure. Yeah, not bad. Final Details still doing good. Apex is still there. Compared to like look around it, I mean, it's still there, so it's a sheeter. I mean, I'm going to keep saying that it's a sheeter. It's a sheeter. Next, we're using 3D Super Degreaser at its strongest dilution ratio. It is a high alkaline degreasing product made to clean off greasy parts, not to use as an all-purpose cleaner, of course. All right, Apex is still there, still doing its job, so not too bad. Next, we're going to use what is this? Superior Dark Fury wheel and tire cleaner. Another high alkaline that uses a very unique surfactant that's brown in color. They don't color the stuff brown, it's just brown because that's the color of the chemical. Pretty effective wheel cleaner. I've grown to like it since I started using it. All right, then we're going to wash it off. All right, final details look like it took a hit there. Apex, again, still holding on, still going. It's not the best in the world, but I mean, hey, I'll take it. Better than nothing, right? Next, we're going to use Adam's Wheel and Tire Cleaner. This is a high alkaline, high foaming wheel and tire cleaner that really likes to cling. And I'm just using a regular sprayer and it foams out of a regular sprayer. That's how foamy this stuff is. I do love it. And that's at a 1-to-1 dilution ratio. It's not even full strength. Stuff's amazing. Give it a rinse. Give it a wash. Yeah, final details definitely slowing down. It's gone to fast sheeting. Apex is slow sheeting as it's been the entire test, but it has not died yet. So that's at least that's a testament to it. And now we're going to use Meguiar's Wheel Brightener at a 4-to-1 dilution ratio. This is a low pH acid wheel cleaner. It is out of stock now. It's been discontinued. So if you know of a good acid wheel cleaner alternative, please let me know. Do not tell me a non-acid wheel cleaner or I will poke you in the eye. All right. Let that little cloud of mist disperse so I don't breathe it in. All right, this is the final chemical. Gotta really work it in. Really work her in there. Boom. All right, we'll do our final wash. Do a rinse. The final rinse for the final details. And hey, look at that. They held on. Went through the test. Apex, slow sheeting. So they both survived. Final details did better, but again, I'm not necessarily comparing these two together. But hey, the final details, looks like that product may have to move on to my best ceramic detailers for 2024 video that I'm going to be doing in the future. So I'm definitely going to be adding that to the list. Steve, pretty impressed with your stuff here. You definitely did your research. You did your homework before you decided to start selling this. So great job on that. But anyways, let's get back over to the, actually, real quick, I want to see if it works as a spray and rinse sealant. It's an off-label use. You know, there are a lot of ceramic detail sprays I do find work that way. Some don't. They're not made to work that way. I mean, not necessarily, unless they specifically say that. But sometimes I find you can spray them on, rinse them off. The protection's not quite as good, but it's still there, so you can use it on like your wheels or something, your engine bay, something you want to add some good protection to it. Look at that. Whole thing's beating now. So that stuff works as a spray and rinse as well. Again, not as effective as wiping it in dry and letting it cure. But hey, multiple uses on that, so pretty good. Anyways, let's go back for our final thoughts. Alrighty guys, so the final detail, Ceramic Quick Detailer, is an excellent product. Apex Auto Care Ceramic Spray Coating is a product. It's not a bad product, but I was expecting a lot more from it. Didn't get it, but Apex doesn't have a lot of ceramic products. Honestly, I think their only ceramic products I found on their site is the ceramic spray coating and their ceramic infused tire shine. So maybe they'll come up with some more stuff in the future. Steve at the Final Detail seems to really be focusing on ceramic infused products for best protection. So these are like two of his first products here. He's got a lot of stuff on his site though. So definitely check him out. If you're in the car detailing deals group, both of these vendors are in there. Steve is also in the Bellavoro. Jeez, I cannot say anything there. Steve is also in the Bellavoro detailing community group on Facebook, so you can find him in there. Really cool, chill guy. I talk to him a lot. I don't know Apex very well. I've had a short conversation with him. He is a cool guy, though. You know, I got no issues with him. Steve, though, we chat all the time. So that's all I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed that video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and be sure to check out their websites. Apex has got a lot of great stuff on his website. Final Details, they have a pretty good selection as well. So if you want to support small businesses, you can't go wrong with either one of them. But yeah, they're both great companies. Just depends on what you're looking for. So be sure to check them out. Other than that, make sure you give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all in the next one. Keep them clean. Have a good one.